Starting the live video. It's cold. Okay. Nobody likes people to wait for other people to get on, so I'm just going to jump right into it. A lot of people during this time of year feel extra fluffy and irritable and bloated, and they just don't feel so good because they've been stuffing their face with Aunt Sally's cakes and pies and random casseroles that you have no idea what's in it, because it was a recipe passed down from generations and you can't question it. Anyway, to quote Melissa, she said that she was at the grocery store and she saw someone buying a bunch of celery and cucumbers, I believe. And I have seen this as well. People stock up on, I guess, random things that they think might help cleanse and detox their body without a lot of scientific evidence. They just heard it on TV, Dr. Oz or something. So let me tell you, this is not very interesting because I'm just talking to myself. Hopefully people will jump on and correspond with me. It is essential when you are talking about detox that you support the organs of detox if you're asking them to detox, correct? So your kidneys, your liver, your gallbladder, as well as your thyroid, pituitary, and adrenals. It's very important to support them. And a lot of the boxed, over-the-counter programs out there, they don't do it, and actually it can be a little bit dangerous. So, cheers. I know it's early, but I don't have the kids today, so if y'all have some questions, y'all need to ask me before my wine runs out. Here's a fun fact for you. Wait, I'll stick my fun fact towards the end in case other people jump on. But you need to think of the process of the body. Yes, the body cleans house all day long, but we're exposed to chemicals, off-gassing when you get in your car. Nowadays with the, what's on your face, there's a lot of bacteria being rebreathed, all these different things. So our body has to keep up with the level of cellular damage and, buildup and residue that is in your body. So that being said, if you're older, if you have autoimmune conditions, if you have a job where, for example, you're a painter, you're a home renovator, anything like that, you're exposed to chemicals. Just daily life, drinking your water, breathing your air, even movement causes things, byproducts that you have to get rid of out of your body. So yes, it is true that your body detoxes all day long, but it gets behind. Sometimes we don't sleep enough. We don't have enough time to clean up cellularly. Sometimes we drink a little bit too much, eat a little bit too much crap, and then ask your body to clean it all up. And it's kind of like me chasing my kids around during the day, cleaning up after them. It's just madness. There's just not enough of me and materials to go around. So that's kind of why you really can't out-exercise or eat clean enough to keep up with all the toxins out there. And we are literally swimming in xenoestrogens. So if you have seen people, or you are a person or know somebody that works out all the time, just works out 7 days a week for a couple of hours at the gym, and they eat very, very good, like very good, and they're still not losing weight, that is a huge red flag. And it's called estrogen dominance, because we have all these xenoestrogens all around us in the things that we put on our body, the things that we drink. When you hug somebody that has perfume on, you can get hormonally disrupted. It's called endocrine disruptors. So there's something to look up, endocrine disruptors. And I don't know if you can really look up things nowadays because everything's being changed online. I'm not going to get into that. But you need to make sure, if you're wanting to clean house, that's fantastic. But, for example, juice cleanses. People say, oh my goodness, I went on a 6-day detox and it included juices, just juices. And I have no problem in the summer program that I created, we have juices. But we also have other macronutrients that, like protein and fats, to help you get your fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K. Because with just juices and no fats to carry the fat-soluble vitamins, you're deficient in those beautiful fat-soluble vitamins. And let me say them again: A, D, E, and K. Those are super important last time I checked. I'm trying not to be a smartass. But it also, just the juice cleanses can sometimes dysregulate your blood sugar, and you feel pretty bad sometimes on them. Now, if you love juice cleanses, that is fine, and it is better than, you're not eating McDonald's, you're not eating, fast food and junk, because you're just drinking juice, so that is a benefit. But there is something that's a little boring. Bear with me. Liver detox has 3 stages. It has level 1, or actually, it has phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And they're how your body gets the toxins completely out. So phase 1 is like you go and clean up after the holidays. You clean up all the trash, and you accumulate it into the trash can. And that's very good. But phase 2 is necessary. Phase 2 is taking the trash cans or the bins out to the road. And that's very important, or the trash is going to stay in the house. And phase 3 is essential. That is the trash truck coming, taking the trash away from your house. Your house is your body. And that's pretty much elimination, sweating, breathing, how you get them out. So if you're not pooping, once a day, baby, you are constipated. I don't care what your doctor says. Once a day, fully evacuating, you're constipated. They keep changing the definition of constipation. It's quite stupid. But that is very dangerous to detox a constipated person. Very dangerous. You have to establish proper bowel function prior to detox. Now, I didn't say cleanse. Cleanse and detox are different. And that is why in my program it's called a cleanse detox. And actually, I have one for winter and one for summer for Ayurvedically matching. And because that's what you should do. It's more effective. And it's fancy that way. So the cleanse is just flooding your body with nutrient-dense foods and removing the inflammatory foods and lifestyle factors, things that you do that are inflammatory. That is a cleanse. Pregnant women, nursing people, everybody, old people, young people, kids, everybody can do a cleanse. Now, detox is quite different. A detox can be very dangerous. If you just, force detox, meaning you force your cells to release these toxins into your body, when your body has intelligently put that toxin far away from your organs, like your heart, your liver, then if you don't have the liver pathways open and supported, then you can recirculate toxins and you feel like garbage and you're like, yay, I'm detoxing, but you're really making yourself sick. And then that happy little toxin can cross your blood-brain barrier and then you're super fracked up. So we need to make sure we have an intelligent detox. Cleanse is safe. Detoxes cannot be safe sometimes, especially the boxed over-the-counter stuff. Now, here's the fun fact I want to tell y'all. I'm so excited about it. I love it, and y'all, if you know me, you know that I've told you this 1,000 times, but some people somewhere might not have heard it. Most boxed over-the-counter supplements that are included in detox programs, not mine, but others, they include a polymerizing agent that literally turns your poop into plastic. It's just a polymerizing agent. So whatever kind of feces is in your colon, it will turn to plastic. And then you poop plastic. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I've had years of bioaccumulation of plastic poop in my colon, which is completely inaccurate. There's so many systems that make sure that doesn't happen. You do not have years of poop in your colon. But it's a very good marketing gimmick, and people freak out, and they're like, you got to do it, and they tell all their family, blah, blah, blah. It really hasn't done anything for you, but it has had that sensational effect. So, a proper cleanse detox does not make you, starve. You should be hungry. You should not be hungry. My program, I have had athletes, big old burly dudes that think that they have to eat, tons of food. I actually like to eat a lot of food too. But no one to date has said that they're hungry because I don't limit the food intake. I limit what kinds of food you can eat. And I have so many recipes, it's silly. I really spoil everybody because I have a lot of palates from all over the world. So make sure when you're getting a cleanse, detox, it is supported. You're not starving because that elevates cortisol and freaks your system out, especially hormonally. Make sure that you're not crapping your brains out. That is so crude, I know. But you cannot understand how many people, and I quote, say, Mindy, I have a full-time job. I can't be running to the bathroom all the time. And these are my friends. So, no. I do the cleanse, I work out, I go around, I do these things. You shouldn't, it's not about how much you poop. That is very, very isolated. This reminds me to revisit your recipes. Yes, and the recipes, the good thing is, the recipes, you can literally do them, like me and the girls talked the other day, and you can just pop in a recipe, and it's anti-inflammatory, it's nutrient-dense, it's got the macros that you need that support your body for fat loss and anti-inflammation, which is, the pain, and actually inflammation is the root cause of all disease. So, and gut healing, very easy to digest. So if you're under stress, if you're traveling around a lot, if you're around people that you don't enjoy being around, then, you need something that's easily digested and not inflammatory. So you can use the soups and stuff from the cleanse anytime. I made the broccoli cauliflower, but I made it really, really thick, and I made it into a dip, which was super yummy. So the whole point of this talk is to tell you how to safely detox. Now, if you're pregnant, nursing, or you're not pooping, you do not need to detox. Do not detox when you're pregnant or nursing. Can I get an amen, Ann? Don't do that. You're already detoxing like crazy when you're pregnant and nursing. All right, so when I did the program when I was pregnant and breastfeeding, I just did the cleanse part. And I added, there's a portion for pregnant, nursing, or athletes where you add extra food because you need extra macros in your diet. Now, it's not about how much you can eat, it's just getting the proper amounts. But when you're pregnant, nursing, or an athlete, you might need some more. But I have to say, people range all over the place. Yes, amen to the Protect Pregnant and Mommies. Y'all, this is just an offshoot, but when I was nursing, there were so many crazy fracked up programs. I'm not going to mention any names, but it's kind of the multi-level marketing things, and they know jack doodly crap about nutrition. Sorry, you just don't. And you say, oh my gosh, I'm going to drink this pink drink and it's going to make me skinny after I have the baby, and all your toxins just go into your breast milk. That's not healthy. And it's very, very important because you're rebuilding your hormones and your body and your pelvic floor. After you have a baby, you're supposed to nourish your body. So the program should absolutely support your organs of detox. They should support your cellular health. Because in the end, cleansing and detox is about immune system, lowering your inflammatory markers. And, that produces all these results that you talk about. People that they lose that 5 to 10 pounds that have been struggling with. It could be estrogen dominance or it just could be donuts. But a lot of times it's inflammation. That's what the root cause is. So if you lower that inflammation, your energy goes through the roof when you do these cleanses and detoxes, but you really have to have safe. So the main important thing I wanted to say on this little live is that cleanses, do them. Cleanses are fantastic. If you're doing a celery juice cleanse, let's get organic celery because it's basically a sponge. So if you're juicing a massive amount of celery that's a sponge, you're basically going to be squeezing out all the toxins and like glyphosate and all this nasty stuff. So make sure that is organic if you're gonna juice. Very important. And you need to make sure that if you are detoxing, that it is safe and it is supported and you know why you're doing what you're doing in a safe way. I have to say you need to address the whole body, like what your thoughts, your dermal, You know, your dermal dry skin brushing is amazing. The cupping, self-cupping, y'all guys, like cellulite, just on a side note, guys are like, I don't care about that. But cellulite, you can totally get it to where you can't see that anymore because it's a fascial type of thing. And the self-cupping along with the dry skin brushing whilst detoxing, amazing. I have done a detox cleanse where I've just done one side of my body and then not the other. Craziness. So good. And it just takes a little extra time. There's a lot of different ways you can detox. Rebounding is very, very effective for your lymph flow, getting it moving around. Oil pulling is a way to detox your mouth. Journaling, gratitude, all that stuff is a way to detox the toxic thoughts. You know that supposedly 90% of your thoughts are negative in a day, and just add on the current situation, and that's why people are going bonkers, and you can make yourself sick with your mind. So it's very important to start and end each day with some kind of gratitude practice or mindset routine. It can be very, very important because there's toxic thoughts. So you want to address all of these parts, ocular health, there's grounding to decrease inflammation. So when you hear the words detox, don't just automatically think it has to do with poop. I've heard so many random things. The main two, though, when I hear, I'm like, you should try the program that I created. And people say, I don't like to starve and I don't want to poop my brains out. I'm like, what? I don't do either one of those. But it did. You know, I've been doing this for a very long time, guys, very long time. And it has helped turn around my autoimmune conditions, different illnesses. It's helped correct infertility. Yes, I was declared infertile. And I have 3 children that at this moment in time, I'm very glad that they're not here because I want to just, anyway, preteens, tweens, and a baby. So, that being said, I have seen wonder stories from my clients. It cannot do any harm, cleansing and detoxing, if you do it properly, intelligently, and supported. If you want to know about my program, there's a link in, this is Evolve, so, you know, you just leave a message here, or you can go to evolveenergytribe.com, and you can get the program. There's levels to it. It's very safe and effective. That's the one that I've been doing. But if you do, have any questions about cleansing and detoxing, make sure that you ask them. Make sure that you do your research when it comes to detox. But cleansing, have fun with it. There's 1,000 ways to cleanse, basically removing McDonald's and inflammatory foods. And flooding your system. Remember, if you take something away, you have to put something back or you'll experience cravings. So that's what makes diets and things so hard, because people strip down and then they forget to replace the healthy fats and protein in, and they're craving and they're hangry and their blood sugar's all over the place, and they end up eating Dunkin' Donuts or half of grandma's cake or whatever it is. I've got my sidekick Poofy here. You guys have got to start talking more. You know that? Because I feel like a crazy person talking to myself. And I would love to get, there's a few people that I wanted to bring on to give testimonials, but I changed the time from Wednesday to today because I don't have the children today. And doing a live with the kids, absolutely terrible, just terrible. So do you have any questions about cleansing and detoxing? Because it's very important nowadays. I can go deep into the science of why it's super important right now really quick, and maybe I won't get Evolve shut down for my mouth. Root causes of disease, as well as poor outcomes, including severity of symptom and duration of illness, all of that, I like to say it comes into number 1, level of cellular toxicity. And I might lose some of you guys because now I'm talking about boring stuff, but it's to be said, it's very important. If I was to give advice to anybody right now on the planet, number 1 primary issue in the body that you need to address when it comes to what's going on right now, I can't say a lot of words because I'll be deplatformed. I've gotten warned. level of cellular toxicity. That is why one person can get sick and the other person not get sick, and you're like, I have no idea why. It's because one person has more cellular toxicity, and that has to do with genetics. I genetically am a shit show. I've had my genetics mapped. I've had the kids mapped. I've seen a lot of genetics over time, and I've apprenticed under a genetic specialist. So I know that I have to. It's not even I have to detox because I would be really fracked up if I didn't. Twice a year. I do it twice a year unless I'm pregnant or nursing. Let me see here. The phone is driving me crazy. Okay, so that's number one, level of cellular toxicity. And if you want all the nerdy stuff, all the good stuff that I put together, you need to get the Winter Immune System Protocol. I think it's the Winter Immune Boosting Protocol. Anyway, it's on Evolve. And that's all my nerdy stuff. So it's all of this information, but a lot more that you can download. So number one, level of cellular toxicity. Number two, level of systemic inflammation. You're not going to look at somebody, guys, and see that. Did you know a marathon runner is so freaking inflamed that most of the time they lose their cycle, they get heart issues, they actually have an enlarged heart, and they are chronically fracked up when they get older? You cannot, but you look at a marathon runner and be like, wow, they're a super big athlete. No, they're super inflamed and probably quite toxic from all the random weird supplements they put in their body. So number one, level of cellular toxicity. Number one, level of systemic inflammation. If you want to see your marker, get a CRP. Get a blood lab CRP, and it needs to be underneath 1. 1, that's the functional level. Above 1, you need to get your junk together. So those are the top 2 markers and predictors of whether you get really sick or you don't get symptoms at all. And then number 3 would be things like comorbidities, like diabetes, heart disease, obesity, the things that people look at and say, oh my gosh, that person is unhealthy. But that's tier 3, baby. So in the pyramid of importance, that's number 3. And most of the time, comorbidities clear themselves up when you take care of number 1 and number 2. So if you have a lot of toxicity, you will have hormonal dysregulation, you will have estrogen dominance, you will have chronic disease. Same thing with chronic inflammation. You will have leaky gut. You will have a big cycle of sick, 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 sick. And then you will be like, I don't know what happened. I did my celery cleanse. I'm not being a smartass, guys. I really love y'all. That's why I sit my butt down here in the cold behind basement and spend time with you while I could be just staring at the wall because the kids aren't here. I really, really am having a hard time getting the health information you guys need. So I highly, highly please encourage you to share the information because it's not getting out there. I know because every morning I wake up and there are tons of direct messages me with questions that people are very scared. They're sick or someone they love is sick. And it's far beyond dropping the 5 to 10 pounds, although that is a very common side effect of cleansing and detoxing. You know, you lose that 5 to 10 stubborn pounds. Men always lose a lot more very quickly, but it really is a lot more. It's a lot deeper than just a weight loss. But again, weight loss is a big, big problem, or weight gain is a big, big problem. Obesity is a very big problem in this country. But it's not, I do not believe that it is gluttonous behavior. I don't think it is anything but lack of information. People just do not know about estrogen dominance and cellular toxicity and inflammation. They don't know. They think inflammation is when you sprain your ankle. So that being said, I hope that you safely cleanse and detox your body. And if you have any questions regarding this subject, I really, really highly encourage you to ask any of the, medical professionals that you trust, that are healthy themselves, that their family's healthy, that they have a long history of client success. Because any piece of paper, anybody can go to school and get a piece of paper on the wall, but can you actually practice wellness and healing? Can you? That's what you need to look at. Look for the proof in the very healthy pudding. Maria, I miss you. I miss everybody. Somebody come kidnap me from the island. So that's it. That's pretty much everything I needed to cover. This is organic and it's a baby glass. See that baby glass? And I took my Medicaps before, and I'm going to take my charcoal before bed. So nobody give me any crap. But I love you guys, and I miss you guys, and I hope that you stay healthy. That is my passion in life, to help people heal themselves. Alrighty, till next time. I'll see you next week, and next week it will be 2021. Let's just hope that it's a little bit more sane than this year. All right, bye-bye.